What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access, and today we're joined by Daylan, Funky Homosapien. Thank you for coming through, sir.
Oh, thank you.
And Daylan is selected for his best album, Sugar Free, The New Testament, which dropped back in 2004.
Yeah.
So Daylan, after Street Gospel by Sugar Free had come out, he had gotten a lot of acclaim for that record, but then there was a big layoff between albums. So for you, I mean, you're a man of the world, you're traveling, you're out doing stuff, you're like hearing things, seeing things. What did you think was going on with Sugar Free?
I didn't know, to tell you the truth. I just didn't see him for a while, you know? So I just was kind of wondering, like, man, like I needed something that only Sugar Free could provide, and it wasn't there, you feel me? So I kind of was just kind of wishing that he put something else out. And he did, you know what I'm saying? It was like a miracle. I went to the store, just kind of looked to see if he had something out, and he actually did. That's when I finally started fucking with Quick, because I didn't really fuck with Quick at first. I didn't know nothing about it. Then I was like, oh, Quick did this? Okay, damn, he must be raw then. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just opened me up.
Okay. That
was a surprise. I didn't plan on really buying Sugar Free, but when I heard him bust, I'm like, oh, okay, he official.
And what made you gravitate toward it?
One, he was funky. Two, everything he was spitting was real game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just, I pimp hoes and I be slapping hoes, and it's beyond that. He was talking about his relationship he be having with hoes and shit, what he gotta actually deal with. I just felt him, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is some real shit. And the way he was rapping, he's talented. Like, the way he put his words together, like, he a rapper. Like, he a MC, like, you feel me?
So when the New Testament came out, it had been a big lull since Street Gospel. So what did you think had happened to him?
I didn't really know.
Okay.
I didn't really know. I just kind of was like wondering about him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't heard him in a minute, and I was just kind of wishing something, there wasn't nothing there to fill that void. You know what I mean? And then he put that out. I was like, okay, this is the shit.
Yeah, because he's definitely in his own lane.
Yeah, definitely. And then nobody really spitting that game like he's spitting it, and as good as he's spitting. And he's funny too. Anybody that's funny, I'm gonna like him, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So when he had, obviously Too Short back with the Life is Too Short album, had the Don't Fight the Feeling song, and then Sugar Free flipped it for Don't Fight the Pimpin' on this album. So when you, obviously being from town yourself, when you heard that song, what were your initial feelings?
Like, because of the connection or whatever?
Yeah.
I didn't really trip, to tell you
Okay.
the truth. I was just listening to what he was saying. I thought it was funny the way he did the chorus, just sounded funny to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't fight the pimpin'. Just the way he just changed it to Don't Fight the Pimpin' is just funny to me.
Right. And then what do you think makes what Sugar Free does and what he did on this album so distinctive as far as pimping?
Distinctive about what he's saying?
Or how he's saying?
You know what? Like, I'll say this. The game that he spit it in a way that you could use it for yourself. Like, it don't necessarily have to be about pimping hoes, you feel me? Because a lot of what he's talking about is just the situations. So you could just think about the situations and separate them from what it is, you know what I'm saying, and put it in another context, and you could use that. Any situation where somebody trying to get over on you or trying to, you know what I mean, it helps, you know what I mean, just to keep your mind on yourself and what you need to do. Because a lot of times you get caught up, you know, emotionally or whatever, and you get led off over here, and you like, damn, I forgot about what I need to do. Like,
right. And one of those songs that's a good example of that here is Why U Bullshittin 2, because obviously that came back from the first album, from Street Gospel. So that's obviously he's spitting a lot of game in both versions of the song. So when you hear somebody that you really like redo or remake or reimagine their own song, like, what does that mean for you artistically?
For me artistically? Again, like, normally I'd probably be like, You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to ride that wave or whatever.
Right.
But I didn't look at it the way he did it like that. It didn't seem like he was just trying to ride a little wave, because he came hella different on it. If I'm not mistaken, that's like the first real song that come on that album.
Yep. After the intro.
After the intro. He just came on hard. It had a different kind of attitude to it. It was more like rougher, like, fuck you, like, I'm tired of this, you know what I'm saying? It was tight. But I also peeped with that song, his lyrics stepped up to a brand new level, like super duper. I'm like, okay, damn, like he got hella cleaner, you know what I'm saying? Like it was tight. I didn't even think about, okay, that's part 2. I didn't really think about it like that. Usually though, I'd be like, okay, you trying to coast on a little wave. And try to revisit, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
But now that's just my opinion. Like, that might be wrong, but that's how I be looking at it though.
Right. And then he also had the You Just Won't Stop Talkin song. And with that...
Yeah, I love that song. Oh my God.
So what'd you
so
like?
Real.
Break it down, though.
I mean, just, people be running their mouth and be having all kind of little stuff happening in the background and act like they don't never do nothing. It's just bullshitter, you know what I'm saying? A bullshitter is like, don't care if it's real or not real. They just be saying stuff just to portray an image. Don't care if it's fact or fiction. Right.
And, obviously you've talked a lot about that in a different way on your material.
It's a reoccurring theme, actually.
Yes, all the way back. Because even, Get Your Lazy Butt Off My Couch, I always thought was hilarious. And that's somewhat in the same circle of this.
Yep.
So why do you think that topic and addressing people that do that type of stuff makes for good songs?
You know what? Back then, if you're talking about Sleeping on My Couch, that song wasn't even mine per se. That was one of Pooh's partners named Gangster, right? And he was locked up somewhere at the time. So Pooh was like, hey man, you should use this concept that he had, you know what I'm saying? It'll be tight. I guess he just felt like I was good at stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that's really where the idea came from, and I just threw what I thought about it. And that everything I talked about, it was just real shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's what would be happening. I don't know, man. Now I'm looking at it now. I study humor and stuff now. So any little situation like that where, it's kind of faulty, it's good material, you know what I'm saying? Something that'll make you kind of irritated or is strange or, weird or, just stand out for some reason. It makes for good, funny material. You could transform it. Yeah. Something like that would be bugging me, so look, that's how it came out. Some of my friends was like, you talking about me, huh? I didn't think about it though. I'm like, no, I'm not really talking about you, just like, people in general.
Right. And then, speaking of the humor, She Get What She Paid For too, on that's toward the end of the album.
I love that too.
And with that, Sugar Free has always, as he did throughout this project also, he always talks about women and how it relates to life beyond pimping.
That's what I was saying.
So for that song in particular, what resonated with you?
Well, it resonated for me because I would really be dealing with, hoes, basically, to tell you the truth. Okay. So what he's saying, I understand because, yeah, that's how they be acting, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about women. I'm not trying to say anything about women. I'm talking about hoes, like for real, hoes. Like they have issues and problems where they be doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you might not know, you know what I'm saying, at first, what's going on because everything is hidden. You know what I mean? So that's why I was feeling the song, because it just struck home with me. And at the times when I would be having to deal with somebody like this, it just gave me some reassurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're not stupid.
You're not alone.
Yeah, not alone, not stupid for going the way I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Just helping me keep my own head.
Right.
Because, I'll be giving benefits of the doubt and I want to be cool or whatever.
Right. Well, there it is. Now, looking back, what do you think makes The New Testament by Sugar Free one of the best albums?
Production-wise, rap-wise, he stepped it up. I mean, everything with his second album that I think you should be able to do, he did. You know what I'm saying? Lyrics was a new level. You know what I'm saying? Music was a new level. His song structure is hella good. I just think he's creative all the way around. And he doesn't he doesn't focus so much on pimping per se in his songs. Like you said, you can like apply things to different areas in your life. Because really, we all living under that type of system anyway, you know what I'm saying? So either you getting used or you using you before somebody use it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta apply yourself before somebody else see the power and try to use it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So all that together, man, I just think that's a great album. That's me though, and from my experience, what I feel. You know what I mean? Other people might not like it. They might put it off just by looking at it. Oh, this stupid. Pimpin'.
Well, no, that's why we're here, man, on Best Albums. Delta Funky Homosapien. I'm Soren Baker, y'all. Unique access.
Yeah.